The mission statement of Active Voice Productions is to produce and support museum quality art for entertainment industry profits. That mission statement seems to be genetically embedded in our next showcased reader this evening. We have laughed at her work on Murphy Brown, The Drew Carey Show, Yes Dear, Still Standing, and many, many other shows for which I also was not hired. She has been doing museum quality work throughout her career, and she brings incredible insight and warmth to the weekly Writers' Workshop, Saturdays at 10 a.m. at the Dow Comedy Studio in Koreatown. Reading from her new book, Left at 50, based on the blog of the same name, the wonderful, the delightful Diane Burroughs.
Thank you, sir.
Anything for you.
All right. Nice to see you all here. As Dylan explained, I will be reading this little story about being left at 50. When crazy becomes normal, it's over. When crazy actions become normal, everyday goings-on, guess what? It's over. Believe me when I tell you how slowly the crazy creeps in. Every day in your strained relationship, you are taking subtle actions, trying to maintain a semblance of normal in your household. Maybe she makes dinner even though she knows he's not coming home. Maybe he still mows the lawn, even though both of you know that is not a relationship. Those are chores to hide the fact that there's game playing going on and there will be no winners. It's called relationship roulette, and it will become more frustrating than a New York Times crossword puzzle. There will, however, be plenty of crosswords. You may find yourself feeling elated when you create a crazy strategy you are certain will pay off big time. Here's an example. If you are keeping a journal to use in future I never said that fights, something's very wrong. This involves keeping a post-fight list of horrible things he said. As my 24-year relationship was at the midpoint of crazy, I was certain I was a genius who was going to stick it to him good. I felt powerful as I started scribbling down things he said or refused to answer every night after he was asleep in the separate bedroom. It became my post-fight ritual that I cockily kept to myself. I pined for the exquisitely right time in the future to quote him back to himself from the perch of my very high horse. The realistically sad part was I was so deep into the daily quarrel, I could no longer recall that most couples do not keep fight diaries. We were both into crazy seems normal territory, and when you take residence there, everything you do seems justified. This is a very toxic place to live. Because when spouses begin this negative behavior that feels positive, terrible things can start happening. Lines get crossed as to what proper conflict resolution is. Post-fight 20 years ago, you probably went out and hung out with your pals for a while and complained. Then you came home and made it right. But at the end that you don't realize is the end, it's not just door slamming and stomping and yelling. An evil underbelly belies both of your true feelings, and it simply cannot stay unsaid or unacted upon. Then there is the other extreme end of the long goodbye, the silence. All the cruel words hanging in the air between you. They are ugly organisms gobbling up the dust that is past joys. Are any of you relating to this description? If so, take a step back. Throw out your version of the fight journal that you're going to get him or her good with. Realize the distressed truth deep inside. This behavior is but a symptom of the fact that the love is gone, that it's all about winning or insulting or proving your point for what again? Take note. This end of your union is a really edgy time. Don't let it go too far. Call the lawyer, sign the papers, move on. Don't let crazy become normal. Thank you.
Why anyone would fall out of love with and leave you at any age is utterly beyond me. Thank you, Diane. I was about to start asking you questions about how the book is going, but we'll discuss that another day. Every time.
Saturday at 10 a.m.
Thank you.